All right, let's dive into this with full energy. The Philadelphia Eagles are stirring up quite the conversation right now, and you won't believe the reaction after ESPN dropped their rankings of NFL teams based on the young talent they have. Under the age of 25, seriously, when you see where the Eagles landed on that list, it almost feels like someone hit the brakes on logic. The list puts the Eagles at number 14 out of 32 teams. 14! Right there, stuck in the middle, sandwiched between the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's just wild considering the stacked lineup Philly has been building for years. Now, the way ESPN crafted this ranking was by sizing up the so-called blue chip prospects on every roster. They looked at the cream of the crop, the young players already showing major promise or those expected to blow up soon. Teams like the Houston Texans topped the list, Seattle Seahawks came in second, and the Washington Commanders secured third. Those teams have some exciting prospects, no doubt, but when you break down what the Eagles bring to the table, it almost feels like ESPN missed the whole story. Philly's youth movement is one of the most robust in the league, and it's hard to argue otherwise. Let's talk specifics. On defense, the Eagles have an incredible nucleus of talent. Jalen Carter, for instance, is already a defensive powerhouse at just 24 years old. He's in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year this season, and that says a lot. Then you have Quinnen Mitchell, also 24, who earned himself a spot among the top 10 cornerbacks in the league last year. Add to that Nolan Smith, Nakobe Dean, and some promising rookies like Giad Campbell and Andrew Makuba, both fresh faces who are turning heads in training camp. This defense, led by youth and coached with sharp precision, was the number one defense in the entire NFL last season by DVOA ratings. Yet somehow, ESPN's rankings seem to gloss over how significant these players are to Philadelphia's success. It's also fascinating to note that some teams ranked higher owe much of their position to their quarterbacks. Teams like the Giants and Titans have young signal callers who naturally elevate their standing. But beyond quarterbacks, Philadelphia's depth and talent across the board, especially on defense, is genuinely remarkable. The Eagles' youth isn't just hype, it's proven production on the field. When you see the kind of disruption Carter brings or the lockdown coverage Mitchell delivers, it's clear these are cornerstone players. And don't forget Giad Campbell, the rookie linebacker who's been lighting up training camp with his speed, power, and instinct. The buzz around him is real, and his progress is being closely watched by everyone in Philly. Speaking of Campbell, he's one of those underdog stories you love. Drafted in the first round out of Alabama, some teams hesitated because of his health concerns. But from day one of training camp, he's been showing up and proving doubters wrong. His impact was immediate. He made a huge hit on Ben Vonson during practice that sent the fullback straight to the trainers. Whether it's rushing the passer or filling gaps against the run, Campbell's versatility and athleticism are already making a statement. His ability to line up as an edge rusher and blow by blockers showcases his unique skill set. The respect he's earning from teammates is telling too. Will Shipley, one of the Eagles' young running backs, has been going head-to-head with Campbell in drills and praises his physicality and instinct, saying Campbell moves him like a true pass rusher. The excitement doesn't end there. The team's defensive coordinator, Vic Fangio, who's known for being a tough, old-school coach, rarely seen smiling, couldn't hide his joy when Howie Roseman announced the Eagles drafted Campbell. That grin spoke volumes. Fangio's track record with linebackers is impressive. He's developed elite talents like Navarro Bowman and Patrick Willis. If he sees something special in Campbell, you better believe this rookie has the tools to become a cornerstone of the Eagles' defense for years to come. On offense, it's true that the Eagles' under-25 talent is a bit thinner compared to the defense. Players like Johnny Wilson and Ainias Smith are still fighting for roster spots. And while running back Will Shipley is a solid prospect, the depth there doesn't quite match the defensive firepower. But that doesn't diminish the overall youth movement on the team. The focus on defense is where Philadelphia has really built its future. And that young core is expected to keep this team competitive deep into the next decade. What's most impressive is how sustainable this model looks. The Eagles haven't just thrown money at big-name veterans. They've meticulously crafted a roster full of emerging stars who complement each other perfectly. The young players are not just bench warmers. or hopeful prospects. Many are already starters making game-changing plays. It's a testament to the front office's vision and the coaching staff's ability to develop talent. In the grand scheme, ESPN's ranking feels off, almost like a slap in the face to the work Philly has put in. When you examine the impact these young Eagles have on the field, you realize this team should be sitting near the top when it comes to youth talent. Their defensive stars are in their prime, and the rookies pushing for snaps add an exciting layer of depth and energy. As training camp unfolds, all eyes will be on these young athletes to see if they can carry the momentum from last season. Pressure is on, but the promise is sky high. The Eagles are not just relying on past success. They're building a future that looks bright, relentless, and ready to contend year after year. It's a youth movement fueled by talent, determination, and smart football. And it's about time the narrative caught up with the reality on the ground in Philadelphia. Absolutely, let's continue unfolding this story because the buzz around the Philadelphia Eagles youth talent is just heating up, and the deeper you dive, the more impressive it becomes. The narrative ESPN put forward, ranking the Eagles only 14th in under 25 talent, seems to miss the nuance and depth of what's really happening on the ground in Philly. This team's blend of proven young stars and emerging rookies is the foundation of what many believe could be a dynasty in the making. One of the most exciting aspects of this Eagles roster is the versatility and athleticism displayed by their young defensive core. When you look at players like Jalen Carter and Nolan Smith, you see the kind of disruptive athletes that force offenses to game plan specifically around them. Carter, at just 24, has already shown he can dominate at the defensive tackle position, collapsing pockets and wrecking running lanes with a rare combination of power and speed. His ability to consistently push the pocket back and wreak havoc in the backfield makes him an absolute nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. Nolan Smith, coming off a breakout second year, dramatically improved his sack totals and has become a vital pass rushing threat on the edge. His motor, speed, and relentless pursuit are the type of traits coaches dream about. Then there's Quinton Mitchell, whose skill set as a cornerback allows the Eagles to lock down top receivers, giving them the flexibility to play aggressive coverage schemes. His ability to cover in man-to-man and zone, paired with his physicality in press coverage, is rare at his age. Mitchell's impact isn't just in the stats, but in how he changes the dynamic of the defense. Having a lockdown cornerback like him allows the rest of the defense to be more creative and aggressive. You can see how the pieces fit together, creating a synergy that few teams can match. But the youth movement doesn't stop with the well-known stars. The Eagles have quietly developed a strong supporting cast of young players who are making serious strides in training camp. Moro Amo, for example, has been a revelation, stepping into a larger role following the departure of Milton Williams. Many in the organization believe Amo has the potential to surpass his predecessor. His size, length, and relentless motor give him the ability to disrupt both the run and pass. When you combine Amo's skill set with players like Coprine and Jihad Campbell, you start to see how the Eagles are creating depth and competition across their defense that should sustain them through injuries and roster changes. Jihad Campbell's story is particularly compelling. Drafted in the first round, amid concerns about his health, Campbell came into training camp proving he is not only healthy but dominant. His speed from sideline to sideline, combined with his ability to diagnose, plays quickly, shows a football IQ beyond his years. The fact that he's already pushing for snaps with the first team at linebacker speaks volumes about his readiness and potential impact. Training camp reports highlight his physicality and the way he's been able to consistently win one-on-one matchups, including against veteran blockers. That kind of early success is rare for rookies, especially at such a demanding position. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. The NFL world is buzzing with speculation as rumors swirl around the potential return of Mekhi Becton, the towering offensive tackle, to the Philadelphia Eagles. Known for his immense size and raw athleticism, Becton's unexpected comeback could send shockwaves through the league, altering offensive line dynamics and impacting playoff projections. For months, fans and analysts have debated his future after a challenging period marked by injuries and uncertainty about his physical readiness. The possibility of Becton donning the Eagles' green and white jersey again is creating waves across social media and sports talk shows, with many questioning how his presence might rejuvenate an offensive line that has struggled with consistency. If these rumors hold any truth, the Eagles could suddenly possess one of the most formidable blocking units in the NFL, potentially redefining their offensive strategies. Speculation also extends to how the coaching staff will manage his reintegration and how the chemistry with the current squad will evolve. Observers are closely watching team practices and training sessions for any hint that Becton's return might be more than just a hopeful whisper. The idea that Becton could soon be back on the field has ignited hope among Eagles fans eager to see a revitalized line supporting their quarterback and opening lanes for the running game. As the NFL offseason unfolds, the narrative around Becton's comeback continues to grow louder, adding an intriguing subplot to the upcoming season's storyline. Adding further fuel to the fire, insiders suggest that the Eagles' front office has been quietly negotiating with Becton, signaling a serious intent to bring him back into the fold. This development, if confirmed, would mark a significant shift in the team's approach as they seek to address the vulnerabilities that plagued their offensive line last season. Becton's unique blend of size, strength, and agility has always made him a prized asset, and his potential return could embolden Philadelphia's offensive playbook. Speculators wonder whether Becton's physical condition has improved enough to withstand the rigors of the NFL once again, considering his past struggles with injuries. Questions also linger about how the Eagles will balance his return with the existing roster, including younger linemen who have been trying to make their mark. If Becton is indeed ready to take the field, it could lead to a reshuffling of the starting lineup, sparking both excitement and tension within the locker room. Media outlets have picked up on these murmurs, further amplifying the buzz surrounding this potential comeback. The timing of the news could not be better, as the Eagles prepare for key matchups that could define their playoff aspirations. Fans are eagerly anticipating confirmation, while rivals are reportedly taking note, wary of a suddenly strengthened Eagles offense. From a strategic standpoint, Becton's return might offer the Eagles a much-needed boost in pass protection and run blocking, two areas that have shown inconsistency in recent campaigns. Analysts argue that his imposing frame and technique could give Philadelphia's quarterback precious extra seconds to make decisions, thereby improving overall offensive efficiency. There is also talk that Becton's comeback could influence the draft and free agency strategies of the Eagles, as the team might shift focus to other areas if their offensive line stabilizes. This ripple effect could alter the balance of power in the NFC East, where every advantage counts. The speculation extends beyond just on-field performance, touching on Becton's leadership qualities and potential impact on team morale. A veteran presence like his could be invaluable in a locker room hungry for postseason success. Yet skepticism remains among some analysts who question whether Becton can return to peak form after time away from competitive play. The media buzz is intense, with some insiders suggesting that the Eagles coaching staff has been impressed by his work ethic during recent rehab and conditioning sessions. If these rumors are true, it could mark the beginning of a new chapter for both Becton and the Eagles, offering a tantalizing glimpse of what might be possible if all pieces fall into place. The NFL community watches with bated breath, eager to see if this comeback story will unfold. Financial considerations also play a significant role in the rumors surrounding Mekhi Becton's return to the Eagles. Sources indicate that contract negotiations have been delicate, with both sides aiming to find a balance between compensation and risk management, given Becton's injury history. The Eagles might be structuring a deal that includes performance incentives, allowing the team to safeguard against potential setbacks while rewarding Becton for on-field contributions. This kind of arrangement is not uncommon in the league, but highlights the cautious optimism surrounding the player's future. The chatter about these financial details has intrigued fans and pundits alike, as it sheds light on how teams manage the fine line between investing in talent and protecting their salary cap. The buzz has also led to speculation about how Becton's return might impact team dynamics off the field, with some insiders suggesting he could become a mentor figure for younger players, helping to nurture the next generation of Eagles linemen. Additionally, the contract talks hint at a mutual desire for success, with both the player and franchise signaling commitment to a long-term partnership. This potential reunion, therefore, is about more than just physical presence. It could represent a strategic move by the Eagles to build a resilient, cohesive unit capable of challenging for championships. As these financial rumors continue to circulate, anticipation builds for official announcements and concrete details. In the midst of all this speculation, the Eagles fan base remains a powerful voice, fueling the narrative of Mekhi Becton's return with passion and hope. Social media platforms are flooded with posts and discussions about how his comeback could transform the team's fortunes. Supporters imagine a revitalized offensive line, stronger run game, a more confident quarterback play, all anchored by Becton's formidable presence. The excitement is palpable, creating a sense of optimism that has been somewhat lacking in recent seasons. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly keeping a close eye on these developments, wary that the Eagles might be quietly assembling a more competitive roster. The coaching staff's role in managing this buzz cannot be understated, as they aim to harness the positive energy without creating distractions. Speculation also surrounds the timing of Becton's return, with some suggesting a gradual reintegration during preseason games to assess his readiness and build chemistry. This cautious approach could maximize the benefits of his comeback while minimizing risks. As rumors continue to spread, they contribute to a broader story of resilience, ambition, and the quest for redemption. Whether or not Mekhi Becton ultimately suits up for the Eagles this season, the mere possibility has injected fresh intrigue into the NFL landscape, keeping fans and analysts alike eagerly awaiting the next chapter. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.